Hello, and welcome to the Fit, Fierce, and Fabulous podcast. My name is Courtney Bentley, and I'm the founder of the Fit and Fabulous Club, a certified personal trainer and inspirational speaker. From the gym to the stage, I found my passion of helping boss babes get fit, slay their business, and look fabulous while doing it. Every week, I'm bringing you top experts to help you reach your full potential in life, burst through those doors, and ignite the confidence within you. You have an infectious energy and enthusiasm for life. Sit down, pour some wine, and let's become fit, fierce, and fabulous. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I used to live in Bangkok, Thailand for 3 years. Yes, I lived in Asia for 3 years of my life, and it was the most amazing thing that could have ever happened to me at the time that it happened. When I moved to Asia, I was so disappointed because my goal in life was to open my very own all-female run, all-female inspired facility where a woman could go, make friends, grow herself, mind, body, and spirit. I was going to have wellness people. I was going to have me as the trainer and nutritionist, the whole shebang. That was my end goal. That was my dream. Not saying that I won't ever do that in my life, but at this moment, I am on a completely different path. But I have met somebody, and through social media can bring people together like no other, you guys. I am one to collaborate and to comment and to give virtual high fives to people, even in my own space, in my own industry, because I find it so important to collaborate with people who are doing the same things you're doing, to say hi to someone who's in the same industry as you, who's maybe even doing more than you or less than you. It's such a good idea, and it's such a way for you to grow if you are able to reach out and just say hi and introduce yourself and comment on those people's social media feeds and just be like, great job, this is so awesome, because you never really know what that connection will bring or what insight that person might give you that might help your business grow. Or might expand your mind, and you might meet your new best friend who ends up being a business partner. You never, ever freaking know. Anyways, you guys, that was like kind of a drag on me. I'm sorry. I kind of do that when I tell these stories. But anyways, because of social media and because of Instagram, I met Tiffany. And Tiffany is just a little firecracker. I love her. Her workouts are amazing. I'm so inspired by her because she owns her own gym in Los Angeles, which, like I said, that was definitely a goal of mine at one time. And the thing I love about her mission is that she's not just a trainer that shows up, trains her clients, and leaves. She's about creating that lifestyle for her clients, and that is just something that our world needs more of. And I love that about her. She has a blog and an Instagram and a YouTube and all that great stuff, and she is known as Petite Physique. And let me tell you guys, she is petite, and that is why I call her a little firecracker. She created Self Fitness, which is in South Bay with a partner. And she's all about staying healthy, enjoying life, loving yourself, and focusing on fitness and creating that lifestyle, that confident, beaming, energetic, healthy lifestyle that we all crave. And she teaches all of her clients to do this. I'm bringing her on this podcast not only to inspire you to get fit and fabulous, which is what this podcast is about, but to learn from her journey. She has been on a freaking journey, and she inspires me with her story, and I can't wait for you guys to listen in and learn all you can about her story and her struggles with body vanity, with body image, and how that works with owning a gym and being that role model at the front of the class, telling people how to lose weight. She's gone through a lot of thyroid problems. I've met a lot of women in the last few years who've gone through thyroid problems or hormonal imbalances, and it can completely mess up your body chemistry. It can make you gain lots of weight. It can make you feel tired and without energy and sluggish, or it can make you lose a lot of weight, be hyper all the time and feel like you're scatterbrained and be all over the place. There's different levels of hormones, and these things can really change us and who we are. And she went through a really tough time, and I cannot wait to share the story with you guys because she's gone through this journey and she definitely has a message to share with us. Hello and welcome back to the Fit, Fierce, and Fabulous podcast. Today we have Tiffany Smith on.
Hi.
I'm so excited to bring her to you guys. I met her in Thailand, if you can believe it, and social media brought us together, which is insane, especially since we are both in the same space. We're both fitness people, so that's why it's crazy that we were like nice to each other, especially in this day and age. So I'm really excited to bring her to you guys, and I know you guys are really going to enjoy her story and what she has to say about life and her business and fitness and health and wellness. So stay tuned. All right, Tiffany, let us hear your story. How did you get started with self-fitness? How did you get started on making videos with Petite Physique?
Okay, so when I was 18, my dad had ALS and passed away. So I started to become really into just healing your body from the inside out and helping people with autoimmune disease. And I had always been active my whole life, always worked out, always got really into fitness. So I just decided, life is short. I'm just going to go after it and get my certification and start training people.
I love that.
A couple years later, the opportunity came where I met my business partner and we were able to open Self, and we went for it. And everything fell into line so easily and perfectly that I just knew it was supposed to happen.
That's amazing. I love what Self stands for, so tell everyone what it stands for.
So Self stands for stay healthy, enjoy life, love yourself, and focus on fitness.
I love it. I love that. And your workouts are amazing. You guys have to check her out on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle again?
At Petite Physique.
It's amazing. She makes these little workout videos, lots of booty focus. You guys have to check that out. What are some common lies, misconceptions about your industry?
I would say that we're all in this box. I feel like a lot of, especially with all the new Instagram models who are so ripped and have these perfect bodies and have these perfect diets, I feel like people automatically assume that all trainers are in this box, or we're just obsessed with being ripped and we don't live life and we never cheat or any of that stuff, where I feel like there's so many of us that are trainers and are into what our outside appearance is, but also we want to enjoy life and we have a balance and we're not just obsessed with the outside view.
I absolutely love that, because as a trainer myself, I feel like a lot of trainers feel like if they don't have six-pack abs, if they're not super ripped and they're not super lean, they're not going to get clients.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's kind of sad that in our industry, we're supposed to be teaching balance and living a lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's kind of been forced into this, now you have to have six-pack abs.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's and you should be able to eat a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And you should be able to have frozen yogurt every day because it fits in, these macros or whatever, all this stuff. So I'm really happy that you said that.
Or go on vacation and take a day off of working out. You know?
It's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so one thing that we both agree on in both of our principles is we're very into owning our bodies and being confident in our bodies and our choices. So I want to ask you, what makes you feel most confident and confident in your body?
That's something that I went through a lot with this year with having hypothyroidism and the autoimmune Hashimoto's. I lost my confidence completely, and I just felt like I didn't look the way I did before, so I didn't want to post pictures. I didn't want my clients to see that I was gaining weight, and I feel like what made me really realize a lot of things is that confidence just comes from the inside, and it doesn't always matter how perfect you look on the outside. It's just your mindset in the inside. And now I'm confident because I am happy and I feel better because I'm taking care of my body inside and out. I feel like that's what really makes me confident now.
And what did you do that kind of shifted that for you? Because it sounds like it was a journey. It wasn't just one day you were like, oh, I'm confident. Everything's great.
I did a lot of self-work, a lot. I read so many books to kind of just keep my mind constantly thinking positive, and I started meditating every day. I just started really working on looking in the mirror and not coming down on myself and not saying, oh, my arms used to be this size, they need to be that size again. I just started saying, you know what? I feel good in the inside, and that's what matters. I think it's just daily affirmations and daily, you have to work at it, just like with everything else, just like with working out and slowly building your strength. I feel like confidence is something you have to work on every single day.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest believer in affirmations
Yeah.
and like connecting feelings to those affirmations, because I feel like they can get you through anything in
Oh,
life.
yeah.
But I feel like it's time, and a lot of people want to see results right away. I'm
Yeah,
sure, like with
exactly.
fitness too. Everyone's
Yeah.
like walks into your gym,
Yeah.
and they're like, "So how fast can I lose 10 pounds?" And
Yeah.
you're like, "It's a lot more than just that."
Yeah, exactly. It's so cheesy, but I have in my phone in the notes, I have a bunch of affirmations,
Oh, I love
and
this.
anytime I'm starting to feel down, I literally just go through them and read them. And I write on my mirror every day. I just write a ton of different affirmations for the week, and I will just, like, while I'm brushing my teeth, read the affirmations.
I love that. What's one that really, like, you say and it like really means something to you?
I would say I like on my mirror right now, I have, know that no matter what happens in life, that it's all happening for a reason, and that the universe has our back, and like
I
trust
love
in
this.
the universe. Yeah,
I love this.
and then I have like a cheesy one that's just like, I am happy and I love myself.
I love that.
Something as simple as that. It just kind of like switches my focus.
So what would you say to someone who thinks that they're being positive, but they're not? Like, honestly, like, you're talking
Yeah.
to them and they have a lot of negative self-talk, and you're trying to help them, and you're trying to help them see and understand that they are confident, and they
Yeah.
are beautiful,
Yeah.
but they're like super down on themselves, but they're like, what would you do in that situation?
I feel like I was that for a while, kind of like the fake positive, where to the outside world I seemed like this super positive, happy person, but inside I was coming down on myself all day, every day. And I feel like I was kind of that person that I would tell people I'm super happy and positive, but then I was like, I would turn around when my clients would come down on themselves, I would say, "Oh my gosh, I'm like 10 pounds heavier, and I'm not perfect, and I need to work on my stomach," things like that. So I think what I would tell someone is, you kind of have to almost fake it till you make it, and like, you have to really become mindful of what you're saying to yourself and what you're putting out into the world every day. Because I notice, even when I have conversations with certain people, if they're talking a certain negative way, I'll start to kind of get in that too. So now I just make sure to surround myself with people who are going to keep me in that positive mindset, and I'm constantly just reminding myself and trying to stay mindful of the thoughts I'm putting out into the world and what I'm saying out there.
I love it.
Yeah.
Is there a time in your life that you said to yourself, wow, I can't believe I've accomplished all that I've accomplished, like with your gym and like your Instagram and all this stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I feel like when I kind of went through that depression last year, with my disease and everything, I started to forget. I felt like a failure. I felt like, because I couldn't fix my body, how am I in an industry where I'm supposed to be helping other people? And then I felt like, if people are looking to me for motivation and I look awful, then I'm just a failure. And then I sat back and I started really realizing, wait a second, I opened my own business at 25 years old. I do help a lot of people, even through what I'm going through. I decided to be open and honest with my clients,
which
and tell them.
Love.
Yeah.
I love that you did this.
Yeah, and tell them that I was depressed. I felt disgusting, and what I was going through, and just trying to figure out how to heal my body, and then how much that helped them feel more motivated, and that inspired them, made me realize, okay, like, you don't have to be so perfect, and think going through struggles actually helps people too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people look at magazines or they look at their favorite celebrities or their favorite fitness Instagram stars, and they start comparing themselves, and it's like no one's perfect. Like, we're all going through something, whether it's a family struggle, relationship struggle, a disease struggle. Like, we're all going through something, and that's where I feel like social media has kind of been a negative thing in our world, because it sets these really high imperfect standards. So it's really nice to see when someone is open and honest with what's going on, because for me, I went through a thyroid issue, and things worked out for me, but I know for a lot of people it's common now, and people don't talk about it because it's like, oh, my doctor is going to handle this, my doctor's going to do that. But it's also like deep down inside, like there's feelings and emotions that are associated with what's going on, with something that you can't help.
Yeah, totally.
And I just think it's amazing that you talk about it.
Yeah.
So,
well, and what I found also through researching, like when I found out I had the Hashimoto's, I was researching, and there was nothing with like someone who has it and is in fitness. And it was just so frustrating, because I was like, okay, everyone who has it either just like decides not to work out because they're always tired, or they, their doctor says, don't keep up a super active lifestyle, or they were eating a certain way that I didn't agree with, and it was frustrating because I felt alone. So I'm hoping that someone who's into working out and into like just making it a whole healthy lifestyle will look at, or like doing things naturally, will look at my story and say, oh, like there's someone like me.
So what shifts and changes have you made since you found out that you had Hashimoto's?
Well, I had to completely change the way I ate. I was vegan for 6 years, and I now eat organic, hormone-free chicken and beef every so often. I drink bone broth daily. I cut out grains, legumes, tofu. Pretty much all my vegan proteins I couldn't have anymore, so I had to completely change the way I ate. I meditating really helped me.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Just changing my lifestyle, making sure that I'm taking time to rest. I feel like I was always go, and I didn't want to spend any second of the day not doing something for my career, not training a client. And now I'm kind of learning to find that balance more and trying to keep that balance.
So important.
Yeah.
She goes to Hawaii a lot.
Yeah.
you have to see these photos. I'm always like, wow, now that's relaxing on the beach in perfect weather.
Yeah.
In that like Hawaii like laid back lifestyle.
Yeah.
Now that's a vacation.
But that's the thing, is I feel like for so long I kept thinking like we can't have it all. We can't have life how we want, and I think we can.
I completely agree. I used to have that mindset too, where I would sit there and be like, there's no way you can have a successful business and have a social life and do all these things, because it just doesn't work. It's one or the other. You either have a social life and great relationships, or you have an amazing business. You can't have both. And it takes time to have both, I think. And I think it takes a lot of inner work to have both.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something that, one day you're like, oh, my business is perfect and my social life is perfect. I think it's a constant battle, but I think it is possible. And if you believe and you set your mindset up for that possibility, it's going to happen.
Yeah. No, and I agree. And I think it's about finding a support system too. Because I found especially when I started my business, I was so young, and a lot of my friends had these like amazing new corporate jobs where they could just kind of do whatever they want. They would just go out and party, and it didn't matter, because in the morning they're just working a 9 to 5. They're just working for a paycheck. It wasn't their passion. And so it was really hard for a lot of my friends to understand when I would be like, I'm not going to go out because I need, like, my career is, if it fails, then I have nothing, and it's not like I could just get fired or quit and find a new job. So I think I've realized, especially this year, is finding people who are kind of going to keep you lifted and support you and that whole thing.
Oh, for sure. Keeping you, like, talking to someone who's, like, not in that situation and they have their own business. So when you say, oh, I have to wake up at 6 to train a client, so I can't really go out tonight, maybe Friday night or something. Yeah. They're like, oh, great. I'm so glad you have a client tomorrow. Like, we'll chat on Friday, you know? Like, they support you.
Yeah, exactly. Not getting upset at you and...
like, pissed off because you don't go to so-and-so's birthday party. Like,
exactly.
Sorry, like, I'm trying to grow my business. Yeah. And I got to be there. My mind's going to be there. I have to physically and mentally be there.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. Now we're going to do some quick questions that I absolutely love, and I ask everybody because I find it, like, super duper important. My first question is, what are some choices that you've made that have made you who you are? You're like,
I would say some choices that I made. I mean, I feel like my life has kind of been a roller coaster. And I feel like the one thing I appreciate about all the down parts of my life, or just the parts where I almost kind of feel like there were 2 times in my life where I felt like I hit a rock bottom, was when my dad passed. I just down spiraled and went a whole different direction. And then when I got my thyroid, I feel like I down spiraled and went down, like I kept feeling like I was going down a rabbit hole that I couldn't kind of get out of. And I feel like the choices I made to decide to change my life from those 2 moments and go after what I believe in and just turn my whole life around and not just give up, I'm happy that I made those choices, and I'm proud of myself for making those choices.
That's incredible. Yeah. Like, honestly, when I went through my thyroid thing, it's horrible. You have no energy. You don't know what you're doing. It's like you have to start over again and like relearn certain habits and like the way that you live your life. Like you said, you went from vegan to now you eat some like grass-fed, you eat the best quality meat, but like that must have been a change.
Oh yeah, it was going against everything I believed in, because I am a huge animal advocate, and it was really hard for me to accept, okay, I have to think of food now as my medicine, and I'm not going to think about, oh, I'm eating a cow, I'm eating a chicken. I now think about it as, everyone's body is different, and my body needs this medicine.
Right.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. I really hope that, some of you who are suffering or having a hard time with Hashimoto's, like, you can get through it.
Yeah. And I think the thing is, there's not a quick fix for anyone, and then there's not, everyone's different, you know? Some people probably can stay vegan and feel okay, but my body couldn't. And I think it's going to a doctor, yes, but doing your own research also, and kind of knowing that you have to go through kind of trial and error to figure it out.
Yeah, that there's not a quick fix, like one thing that you can do is going to change your life. Yeah. Like you have to kind of learn about yourself, learn about what the doctor's telling you, so that you have the knowledge and the education behind you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank goodness for Google and books and like all of these great resources we have.
Yeah, or like my mom's friend has it and she relies on this medicine, but she doesn't change any other part of her life. She's not eating better. She just wants this medicine to be the cure-all, and she's not feeling better. And I hope that people, I didn't go on medicine because I wanted to try and do it naturally, but even people who do take the medicine, I hope that people realize that you have to do a whole lifestyle change.
Right. For sure. That it's not just a pill that you're going to take. Like, you need to look at every aspect of your life, even stress.
Exactly. Yeah.
Look at your stress levels. Like, is your job stressing and draining you so much? Like, maybe you need to look at how you can lower that stress level, like through meditation and things like that. Mm-hmm. Moment that shifted your life. I feel like I just asked you this. You already know that one.
Definitely, yeah. Both of those 2 moments that I talked about.
Book that changed your life.
The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein.
I have not read this yet. I need to read it.
It's amazing. It really helped me through this year. I've probably read it 4 times throughout end of 2016, and even when I just flew to Hawaii, I read it again.
Oh wow.
Because it just like you read something and you feel so good, and then you go back to living life and you slowly start to forget.
Yeah, you go back to those old habits or those patterns that you have.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So her book just really helps me keep in mind that, okay, I can trust in that there's a higher purpose and that everything works out the way it's supposed to be.
I love Gabby. Her book, A Course in Miracles is part of her teachings, but Miracles Now, I think is what I read when I was in Thailand, and it completely changed my negative attitude, and I realized how grateful I was to be in this awesome new country, and the fact that I didn't speak Thai shouldn't have been a reason for me not to enjoy it. I need to just adjust and adapt and be grateful for what's great, and my life multiplied. More friends came, more great people came, more opportunities came, and it was just a mind shift.
I feel like I have a few friends who complain daily about like their job and I just feel like everyone should know that like you can change things, and sometimes when you just change your perspective of things, everything else changes.
Mindset, perspective shift.
Yes.
What does fit, fierce, and fabulous mean to you?
I feel like it means that you love your body. No matter what, you feel you're focused on just getting stronger. You feel you're positive, and you just feel really comfortable in your skin.
I love that. Yeah. That's beautiful. So how do we get in contact with you?
So you could check me out on Instagram at Petite Physique. You can check out my studio, Self Fitness South Bay. We are located in Redondo Beach, California, and we have a website. I also do online training. I could also help. I'm starting to talk to people who have thyroid issues too and try and kind of help them.
That's wonderful.
And my name's Tiffany Smith, and you can search me on Facebook also.
And don't worry, you guys, I will leave links in the show notes, so you guys definitely check her out and view all of her awesome workout videos and her studio here in Los Angeles and her pictures of Hawaii, which are amazing. I hope you guys are inspired. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to Fit, Fierce, and Fabulous for your weekly dose of inspiration.